again, because I'm going to go back to Downing Street to talk to Matthew Thompson, our senior reporter down there, to see what's going on. Matthew, hi.
Nigel, I think possibly 15 minutes ago or so, when there was that slight scuffle, might have been the moment of maximum danger, because it almost feels now as though the crowds are slowly starting to disperse. Around Downing Street anyway, what was a crowd of maybe 20 or 30 deep is now much reduced. I've just taken a quick walk down to Parliament Square, where when I was there last time, perhaps within the last hour at least, you could barely see the grass for people standing shoulder to shoulder. Now very much grass is more visible than people standing on it, if you see what I mean.
And
so
I
feel like almost there is a
sort of calming.
A slight calming, although I have to say there are clearly still a hardcore, I don't even want to use the word hardcore few, Nigel, because there's still rather a lot of them camped outside Downing Street and on Parliament Square. I wouldn't have thought the protest itself is going away anytime soon, but it does feel as though that perhaps some of that aggression and energy is drifting out of it. A few people turned up a few moments ago with some ghetto blaster speakers and were having a bit of a dance, and it almost had a slight festival-y atmosphere rather than the simmering atmosphere of violence that was pervasive when we spoke all of 20 minutes ago. So I don't want to call it too early, but it almost feels as though some of that energy has just been sapped out of it in the last 15
Matthew,
or 20 minutes.
How much damage, Matthew, has been done? How much graffiti has there been on public buildings?
So actually, in terms of damage to buildings and bus stops and the like, I haven't seen a huge amount. There is definitely graffiti. There's one car in the middle of Whitehall, just by the cenotaph, in fact, which has been completely graffitied over, and it looks like one of the wing mirrors has been damaged. There's a couple of bus stops that have been graffitied over. Certainly I watched it myself on the walk up from Hyde Park, where they walked along west around Hyde Park Corner. There was a bit of graffitiing of signs. There was a person with a Black Power fist stencil who was stenciling it onto a few of the walls as they walked down towards Victoria. So certainly, yes, a bit of graffiti, a little bit of damage, but it is nothing comparable to the scenes that we've been seeing in America, where there has been widespread looting and damage to property.
Matthew, we'll come back to you again during the course of the next half an hour or so. And at the start of this protest, the police said that they were effectively marching with those that were on the Black Lives Matter march. I hope they have some harsher words to say about some of the behaviour that we've seen outside Downing Street and graffiti on public buildings. This is the Nigel Farage Show. It is 6:30.